Hey everybody, welcome to Bill Caskey Live. They always say don't ever wear a white shirt on camera. I have broken that rule today and I'm wearing a white shirt. I don't care what they say. Hey, today I want to talk to you about a really simple three-step process about how to use AI. And I know that everybody's talking about it. We're all dabbling with it. We're all trying it to some extent. Maybe you are mastering of it. Maybe you've really committed. Most haven't. I set a goal at the beginning of the month to spend an hour a day on it. And so this is part of my hour a day. What you're going to see is I'm going to share with you an idea that I have worked with my clients on that's really helping them use AI. So here we go. If you're in a world where you are dabbling in it, you want to learn more about it, you want to learn how it can really help you, and you want it to help you, I've got a process here that I want you to execute. Okay. So I go live every day. You probably know that, but this is my way of giving back. I work with a lot of organizations and a lot of people, and every day is filled with promise. Now, every day is filled with coaching, and AI enters into our discussions a lot. So I want to talk today about that. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a camera. Focus it on yourself. Actually, no, you don't need a camera. You just need a microphone. Just microphone audio. Audio is all we're going to use on this. You could video record it, but we're not going to use it for anything. I want you to do a 30-minute interview with yourself. Now, it would be helpful if you had somebody there, like a friend or a colleague or a spouse, to help you, to ask you the questions here and to keep you on track in case you wander. But you can do this yourself. And here are the things I want you to record. Number one, I want you to record your background, how you got to where you are, maybe from the time you left college. I don't want to go blow by blow through every job, but I want to give, what we're going to do here is we're going to get this transcribed and feed it into AI. So I have to give it enough of your background so it knows kind of how you think and a little bit about you. So background's number one. Number two, I want to know about the company, what you do, why you do it, and how you do it. What you do, why you do it, and how you do it. So you could say to yourself, okay, my company is 12 years old and we were founded by Jonathan Livingston. And we were founded because Jonathan saw a problem with X, Y, and Z, and he decided that it was up to him to fix it. And over the last 12 years, we've accumulated 1,000 customers. We typically work with people on a group basis, whatever that is. I just want some background of the company. Number three is, what are the typical problems you solve through observation? Meaning, you've observed these problems. You're not just articulating these because you looked them up on ChatGPT or Google. These are things you've experienced, you've observed. There could be 5 to 7 of them, probably not more than 7, maybe preferably 3, but 5-ish problems that you see people have. Now, you've got to frame these through the eyes of the person, the prospect, the viewer, not through your eyes. A lot of times I say, what's the biggest problem? And people come back and say, well, our websites are faster. That's not their problem. That's your benefit. That may be a fit for later on in the conversation, but I want you to meet them where they are. Where they are is always talking about their issues. If you can't figure this out, go get help on this, because this is one of the most important parts of this interview, is where you can clearly articulate that. Number 4, what's the impact of each of those problems? So let's say that one of the problems that I see in the VP of sales arena, and we work with a lot of VPs of sales, training, coaching their teams, and coaching them as well, is one of the biggest problems is they can't motivate their people. They've used all these strategies, and nothing ever seems to really get people to change and get them motivated sustainably. They might be motivated for a quarter because they want to go to Hawaii, but sustainably. And so what's the impact of that? Well, the impact is you throw a lot of things at the wall, you start to look desperate, your people aren't growing because they're plateaued. Your income doesn't go up. If you've got a team of 10 people and they're all plateaued, your income is plateaued as well. So that's a problem. So I want you to go to the impact of each of those problems and talk about it. Give it some heft, give it some enrichment. Talk about it in terms of maybe you could even tell a story. You know, I had one sales manager who was so frustrated that he decided to whatever, tell a story. But that's number 4 is the impact of each of those problems. Number 5 is what is your unique vehicle? What's the unique vehicle that you're going to deploy to get them from point A to point B? Where are they now, your customer, I'm talking about they. Where do they want to be? What's the vehicle you have? Is it a training vehicle? Is it a technology vehicle? And what's unique about it? What's really special about it? And there's always something unique. You may have to dig a little bit for it. You could even say in the audio, what makes our solution unique is blah, 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 blah. All right. The 6th thing is philosophy and promises. Philosophy is where you share with them your business philosophy. So in my world, I might say, throughout all this, my philosophy is always that if we can't improve the economic value of your offer and we can't help you generate 10 to 20x the investment in coaching and training, then it's not a fit for you and it's definitely not a fit for us. In other words, what are you going to state as your philosophy that says, this is how I look at the world. I want you to look at the world that way too, and it's got to be good for them as well. So you might say our philosophy is if you don't get a 10x investment on or 10x return on your investment with us, it's not a good deal for anybody. You might say 5x, 2x, maybe it's 30%. Maybe you don't want to talk about economics at all, but maybe you say if we can't help you streamline your business to make you 40% more effective in the next 12 months, then it's probably not going to be a fit. So it could be one philosophy, it could be several. And then promises. So we got philosophy and promises. If they work with you, what can you promise them? What can you look them in the eyes and promise them? So in my world, I can promise that if you follow my instruction, if you follow my strategies, if you deploy the tactics and the language appropriately, you will see a 50 to 100% improvement in close rates, and you will see a 50% improvement in lead generation activity, which will lead to higher close. And again, you should be getting a 5 to 10x return on your investment if you deploy properly. So that's the promise I make. Now, there's a lot to that promise. If they don't deploy properly, they're probably not going to get that. Okay, so step 1 here is get this interview done. Get it done, whether it's you alone or whether you have somebody do it. The second part is I want you to get that transcribed. So send it to Otter. You can probably even do it on your iPhone. I think you can just, I think you can just do it on your iPhone. Just get it transcribed. And then step 3 is send it to your AI platform. Claude, we use Claude a lot. We love Claude, ChatGPT, whatever. Don't get too hung up on what platform. And I want you to give it 3 instructions. Number 1, from this transcript, outline an intro video that you would send out to people who maybe you don't know. So this would be a cold video. You would send an email and say, hey, I don't know if it would make sense for us to talk. I shot this video, thought you'd like to see it. Second is I want you to give it the instruction to create an introductory video prior to a meeting. So if you have a call, a sales call, booked a call, you have a conversation with prospect, they decide to invite you in, you decide to go. Now there's a video, the introductory video that goes in between those 2 things. Have it outline that. And then the third thing I want you to have AI do is to outline 12 pieces of content based on your input. 12 pieces of content. These could be, I prefer video because I think it's easier to execute. But you would just say to AI, look, from this interview, from this transcription, please give me 12 topic ideas that we can shoot 3 to 5 minute videos around. Stop, let me choose which of the 12 I want you to go further with, and then let's outline each of those videos. So now what you've done, you've used AI for what it's meant for, and that's leverage information. So you're putting that information in. It's taking you probably a half hour to put it in, It's taken you 5 minutes to get it transcribed, and now it's taking you another 10 minutes to put it into AI and get those three things. You can have three different projects too. You don't have to put all three of those, the intro video and that, pre-call video and the content at the same time. Do three different, whatever. I would do three different though. So that's a way for you to get out of you what you want to share, and then you're creating assets on the back end from that information. See how simple this is? I mean, we do this all the time for our clients. And the most important thing is you got to hit record. You got to hit record on the audio. So make sure you have a decent mic, because it may be that this can be repurposed. That's not the purpose of it. You can shoot video if you want. Also, if you have not signed up yet for our 12 Bold Moves audiobook, go to 12boldmoves.com/audiobook. If you download this in the next few days, you'll get invited to a masterclass webinar we're doing on how to implement these 12 bold moves. I think it's next week. So make sure you go do that. I hope this has helped you start to dabble with AI. I spend an hour, probably an hour 3 times a week. I'm shooting for an hour a day, but get these things down. And I think it'll help you to use AI for what it's meant for, and that is to take information and help you use it much more effectively. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.